That's a quick listen to Jasmine Thompson and Zedd's new single called Funny. It's the first new music this year for Zedd, who's collaborated previously with artists like Alessia Cara and Maren Morris. I caught up with Jasmine Thompson to talk all about the track, making the very meta music video from home, growing up on YouTube, and so much more. Take a look.
So I was in the studio with the producers and writers. There's these really good guys called the Monsters and Strangers. And I was over there in LA. I live in London. I went over just for a few days about a year ago, and I was recording and working on the song with them. And then I actually went back home to London, and without telling me, they all kind of made a decision that they thought Zedd would really love the track. So without telling me, they sent it over to him, and he loved it, and he really wanted to collaborate on the song. And he sent over his version, got in touch with me via management. And honestly, I was just so shocked because originally it was kind of more of a piano song, and it's a very melancholic song. And when I heard Zedd's version, I just kind of lost it because one, I was just shocked that Zedd was working with my vocals and had actually heard me sing. And then two, the idea of collaborating with him was just life-changing, really. When I was supposed to go over to LA to meet him and work on the music video, things like that, lockdown hit and all the borders shut. So sadly, I haven't met Zedd, but we've managed to have a good dialogue just over FaceTime and talking about everything that goes on. It's so weird at the moment, just having to meet so many people, but not.
You're meeting everyone virtually. I mean, in the video, we see that, Zedd reaches out to you, says he got your info from Lewis Capaldi. Is that true, or how true to life is that?
I wish it was true. Honestly, I wish it was true. I believe that Zedd and Lewis have known each other for a while, and it was kind of like their little cameo in a way to get their friends in it. But when I heard that Lewis was going to be in the video, I absolutely lost it. I'm such a huge fan, and I absolutely wish Zedd got my number from Lewis, but that's just like a fairy tale in a way. It's like the music industry, everyone knows each other, but I don't know, hopefully one day I can meet both of them in real life.
Along with staying at home, the music video parallels that. It's very meta. Where did the concept come from for it, and what was the biggest struggle putting it together?
So I think the concept came from, we had a wonderful director called Jack, and he proposed the idea about, everyone's at home and everyone's communicating through social media, through texting, and not being able to see people face to face. So he was really just we can just have something through my computer desktop about, my past relationship and how tie it into how we met Zedd. And it's kind of nice how it kept it to reality. I like the fact that whenever I watch the video in 5 or 10 years time, I will be able to pinpoint the fact that this was shot during quarantine, because it's the one that we had to actually do at home. It's not that hard, because I know it's like a first world problem saying oh no, there wasn't a director in face to face, there wasn't a camera operator. But honestly, I think the biggest struggle was actually having to do it at home, because I've got my laptop and I had the director Jack on FaceTime, and he was just telling me, okay, can you get this angle? Can you move the computer slightly more this way? Can you add a little light here and just do the song? And it turned into a very I can't find a better word. It wasn't isolating, but it was nice having it very DIY, because Jack kind of left it to, he was like, just do what you want to do.
There was a really interesting lyric that John texted to you that says, were you typing some lame emo lyric to a song you're trying to write about me? Save it for your dumb YouTube channel. So what's the story behind this? Has that happened before, where maybe someone got mad at you for writing a song about them?
I would love to take credit for that line, that idea, that the text message, but that was Jack being extremely creative. But it was, I think I've definitely had a very sour occasion where some people have just been quite harsh about, for some reason, everyone always thinks that if a relationship ends, or you're seeing someone and things like that, a lot of the time some people think that musicians use it as a power of creativity. I wouldn't say I'm someone to go and seek out pain. I really like positive people and being happy. So whenever someone says, save it for your YouTube channel for this or blah, 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 people tend to pick the most well-known fact about you and then throw it in your face. So whenever people do that, I'm kind of just, you've lost all of my respect for you, because come up with something a bit more creative.
What else can you tease when it comes to more music this year?
I've been working on a lot of music over the past few years. I would like to say that a couple more songs might be coming out soon. There's nothing solid yet, so there's nothing that I can say, but I have a lot of music and I have a lot to share. But I think for now, I just want to tour and perform and try and like just sing funny as much as possible. But it's so interesting trying to figure out how we're going to do that in the music industry right now. Everyone's trying to figure out if there's a way to do online gigs, through like radio, through Zoom and things like that. So while we're in lockdown, it's kind of like a mystery of how we can share our music.
Taking it back a bit, so you burst on the scene at only 13 years old. You did a cover of Chaka Khan's Ain't Nobody, and then found all the success at such a young age. I mean, looking back at that time of your life, how did you handle that level of success back then?
I was really lucky with the fact that I had such an amazing team around me. And also, you know, not to sound too soppy or like cliche, but I owe a lot to my family. I owe a lot to my mum. She toured with me everywhere, and my band was very much, my musical director was like a father figure to me. We made sure everything was about fun. I think the music industry can be quite toxic, and I think everyone knows the stories about certain artists that fell off the rails a little bit, especially when they start young. But what is so easy to forget is that even though it's an industry, it is based on creativity. And as long as you find those right people, and it's all about the right time, the right place when you meet these important figures in your team. But yeah, everyone was just so fun. Everyone loved the idea and kept the idea that music is the reason we're doing this. Also, I think starting on YouTube was a great way of kind of flowing into it, because I've been on YouTube almost 10 years now. I uploaded my first cover when I was 10.
Wow.
And people have literally grown up with me. I've got friends who I've met through the YouTube community, that obviously I make sure that they're not like, you know, you can find some weird characters online, like let's be real, but the ones that are nice and have stayed with me, they've been friends with me since I was 10. So having that sort of family unit has been so essential to the past like 10 years of doing music.
Jasmine Thompson and Zedd's single Funny is streaming everywhere right now, so make sure you check it out.